if you water them more than, I don't know, 2 times a week, there's a problem there. You want me to say it again? Always tie your trees to the pot. Always anchor your trees to your pot. So this is the final result, a huge pot, but the plant will be very, very happy. Today I'm gonna be repotting my Portulacaria afra. I've been working on this Portulacaria for about 2 years now. I just pruned it, but this summer months in July and August, I've noticed that this plant it's not doing that well. You see, my tree was doing extremely well until this month, a month ago, when I noticed that, you can see I've just watered thoroughly this plant 2 weeks ago, gave it a very, very good shower, but the leaves are still wrinkled. And this is a sign that the plant cannot take the water properly. So the only thing left to do is to repot it. When I repotted it about, I don't know, 2 years ago, something like that, I made a big mistake. So I've used the wrong potting mix. But the plant was doing great in the winter, spring and fall, but now in summer it's just not working well. You see, most of the bonsai trees that you grow, let's say like a ficus, a Japanese maple, any deciduous, like any coniferous, like a pine or a juniper, you need the balance in the soil to be like this 50-50 between oxygen and water. With dwarf jades, with Portulacarias, that's different. Okay, so you need about 70 to 80 oxygen and way less water, because they grow based on this proportion between oxygen and water. The bigger the oxygen intake is at the root level, the faster they will grow. So first of all, let's try to take the tree out of the pot. We're gonna cut down the wires. Pretty chunky big wires, but we're gonna put smaller wires this time. And let's say if it will come out easily. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Okay, let's use a little pocket knife here. And also we're gonna try to remove the wires if we can. So this will be a lot easier. Come on now. Yep. Exactly what I was trying to avoid. And I think, yep, we're good. So I think this was the problem. You can see that this is like rock solid here. We need to address this issue. Right now, what can I do is even place this tree into a bigger pot. I'm very tempted to do that. Bigger pots on the dwarf jades are a thing of beauty. It's very, very nice to have a bigger pot. The plant grows much more powerful and much more faster. So I'm just going to begin to clean up the roots here. The tree wasn't getting enough oxygen because of that little pie you saw there, and that's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna just be cleaning it up just a little bit. You see, this is not a well-developed root system, so no wonder the plant wasn't performing as I wanted it to be. So we're gonna ditch this pot here. We're gonna ditch this pot, and I'm gonna go and look for a bigger pot. Always remember that dwarf jades grow in their natural habitat in South Africa. So The climate there, it's very hot and it's pretty dry. But when the rain comes, it pours like crazy. So they're used to episodes of drought, but then they have to get a lot of water. So this is the pot I've chosen. It's humongous, but the bigger the better. So I'm just going to cut away this plastic because it's a training pot. Just going to make it better because you see these little holes right here are not enough for a proper drainage. So even if I make it uglier here, nobody will see it. So I'm done preparing the pot. I put some draining screen at the bottom here on these holes. I know it doesn't look pretty good, but nobody will see this. It just needs to do its job and to make the tree happier and healthier. I also placed a couple of wires which I'm gonna utilize to tie the tree to the pot. You see, there's two things, that one that you always need to do and one that you almost never need to do. The only thing that you always need to do is tie the trees to the pot. It's mandatory. It's mandatory. The thing that you almost never do, like 99.9% of the time, is you never wash the roots of a bonsai tree, especially a Portulacaria afra. I'm gonna talk about the potting mix. So what I've got here is a little bit of Kyodama. This is a very, very high quality potting bonsai soil. It's very hardy, it's very harsh. It almost never decomposes fully, and it's just amazing. It's a substrate made only in UK. So I'm gonna go in because it's coarser and put just a little bit on the bottom. What I've got here is my potting mix. As you can see, it's very well aerated and it's coarser and it's not pretty fine. So the Portulacarias need a lot of oxygen in their root systems, in their pots. So what I've got here is, again, that Kyodama. I've got Kurudama, which is also a potting mix made in UK. It's a fired up clay. It's very high quality. I've got some perlite. I've got some peat moss, as always, but not in a high amount, okay, because it retains water, but the trees also need some organic substrate in the potting mix to be healthy and to grow. I've also placed inside this potting mix some pumice, okay, pumice. This is a high water retentive soil, but it's pretty good, and I need to supplement the fact that I grow them on a balcony, and here it's extremely dry. I mean extremely dry and hot. So I need to compensate with something. And I think that's about all. Okay, let's start the process, the repotting process. And I'm gonna start building it. I hope that this is enough. I don't know what to say. It's gonna be close. Keep piling on. Okay, so I think we're good to go. Let's just see. Yeah, we're just a little bit more. Yeah, let's see if we use the chopsticks a little bit. Not too much. Again, it needs a lot of air, and also it needs to drain out pretty quickly, but in that tiny pot it was too much. It dried up extremely quickly. I mean, half a day it was dried out. And you cannot water your dwarf jades. If you water them more than, I don't know, 2 times a week, there's a problem there. There is a big problem there. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Where's the front? Oh no, this is the front, sorry about that. And I think I'm gonna place it at a pretty much at an angle here. This not being, of course, the final pot, I don't need to be that picky, but just wanna do a better job here. So let me see. I think this is good. You want me to say it again? Always tie your trees to the pot. Always anchor your trees to your pot. It is mandatory. Otherwise, your tree, your bonsai tree, will send out big, massive roots to anchor itself because it feels wobbly. Let's secure the tree to the pot. Sorry about that. So pull and twist. Just pull and twist until the wires are in place and they're grasping to the tree. Twist. And now, yeah, this is how it should be. So we're gonna cut the excess like we always do. Just push this down, cut the excess, push this down. Okay, and now let's take care of the roots here. This root is growing towards the top, and we're gonna remove them because otherwise they'll just stick out of the potting soil, and that's just not good. And fill it up. Fill it up. Let's bring in the rotating table and just fill it up. Whew. I'm glad that the potting mix was enough. Didn't plan on potting it in this humongous pot, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So let's work the soil in a little bit because now we need to. So start with the outside of the pot and work your way towards the inside until you feel this wooden chopstick. I love these chopsticks. You can feel them. I know there is some stainless steel, especially made for bonsai, for repotting bonsai trees, but I like this a lot better. They're practically free, and I just sharpen them from time to time, and when they get smaller and smaller, I'll just throw them out and get some new ones. But this, because it's made out of, I don't know, some type of wood, I can feel it. I can feel it better on my fingertips. It's a lot better. Let's put some more in and we're good to go. So this is the final result, a huge pot, but the plant will be very happy. I can even keep this plant in this pot. Oh my god, it's heavy. For about 3 years, no problems about that. I don't think I will be using again this pot. It's I don't know, we'll have to see. I don't think it's appropriate. I think given my conditions in which I grow them, I will be needing a pot that's less shallow than this. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. Because you see, with that pot I just made the greatest and biggest rookie mistake that I could have. Never put your bonsai trees too early into bonsai pots, because it will take longer and longer to get them to a refined stage, and as you can see, you can get into troubles. Thank you very much, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.